Going to the gym really isn't as hard and complicated as you think it is. Therefore, in this video, I'm going to be making gym as simple as possible so that you can go to the gym and make some impressive gains. Now, the first question is how many days you will be going to the gym per week. So let's say you can go 4 days a week, then you will want to do a split like upper lower rest upper lower. And let's say you want to go 5 days a week, then you'll want to do upper lower rest push pull leg. And if you're going to go 6 days a week, then you'll want to do push pull leg rest push pull leg, or just push pull leg repeat. Right. So honestly, any split you pick, as long as you're consistent with it in the long run, it really does not matter. Right. So just pick any split that you're comfortable with and that aligns with how much free time you have per week, and just go through with it and just train consistently over a long period of time. Now, the second thing is how many sets and reps you should be doing. So, for sets, a good amount is 3 sets per exercise, and for reps, a good rep range will be about 6 to 15. Like between 6 to 15 is a pretty good rep range if you want to learn the movement as well as build muscle as well as gain strength. Now, the next thing is how hard you should train. Now, most beginners end up undertraining and not training hard enough, which results in them not being able to gain as much muscle as they could have potentially. So, you should be training pretty hard. And if you just train hard enough and try to progressive overload, basically, progressive overload means that you have to increase the weight as you get stronger and stronger. So let's say that right now you're able to lift 10 kgs on the dumbbell press. All right. Now, once you reach 15 reps and are able to comfortably do plus 15 reps on all 3 sets, then you have to go to the next weight. So now you pick 12.5 kgs and you drop down to the 8 to 10 rep range. Now, this is exactly what progressive overload means. So you just have to progressive overload, and that's pretty much how hard you have to train. Progressive overload is very important for building muscle as your body adapts as you get stronger. So if you don't provide it with new stimulus or new weights, then you will basically stall and be picking up the same weight forever. So as you get comfortable with the weight you're currently lifting, you just have to increase it. It's that simple. Don't just stay on the same weight. And as beginners, you will see a very rapid increase in strength as your body is able to adapt very easily in the beginning due to your newbie gains. Don't make the mistake of wasting your newbie gains just because you think that you cannot lift more weight. But do keep in mind that you shouldn't ego lift and lift too much weight so that you don't get injury and stuff. So keep that in mind as well while progressive overloading. The next thing is what diet you have to take and what you basically have to eat. Now, you should be consuming a pretty balanced diet overall, but what I would recommend is that you pay special emphasis and importance on protein, as most people worldwide are protein deficient and are unable to hit their protein goals. So, you have to ensure that you're consuming an appropriate amount of protein, which is going to be your current body weight multiplied by 1.6. So let's say you're 60 kilograms, right? Then you will need to consume about 96 to 100 grams of protein per day. That's a good enough amount for building muscle as well as recovering from your workouts. The next thing I would like to talk about is supplementation. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, you don't need supplements at all, but they do help if you're deficient in them. If you're able to get them naturally, then that's excellent. You should not go with supplements at all, but only if you're going to be able to get them naturally. So, the few supplements that I would like to state are number one, vitamin D. Now, the reason why I say vitamin D is because if you do some research, then you'll get to know that about 70 or 80% people worldwide are vitamin D deficient. And that's because they're not able to get sunlight enough throughout the day. So, if you're someone who lives somewhere that is a place where there isn't really adequate sunlight, then you should consider vitamin D supplementation. Or let's say you're just not able to get sunlight due to your lifestyle, and you're not able to go outside during the mid time, which is, I mean, the peak time, which is 12, about 11 to 2 p.m., I believe. So you can consider vitamin D supplementation. It's pretty cheap, and the dosage I would recommend is 60,000 IUs per week. Now, actually, you should just go to a doctor for consultation. I'm not going to be recommending you anything, but that's just what I take. It's 60,000 IUs per week. Now, the next supplement is going to be omega-3 fatty acids. Now, the reason why I recommend that supplement is omega-3 is mainly found in fatty fish, and most people don't eat fatty fish on a regular basis, while omega-3 is excellent for your brain health, for inflammation reduction, and it just has a whole lot of other benefits as well. So, aside from omega-3, you can consider creatine if you want great gains in the gym. It also helps with extra reps, and basically it's not magic, but it will help you for sure. The next supplement is going to be magnesium. Now, magnesium helps with recovery, and it helps you sleep better if you just take about, I think, 200 to 300 milligrams of magnesium. Although you do need to keep in mind that the form of magnesium you take is easily absorbed by your body. For example, magnesium glycinate is a good form of magnesium that you can take through supplementation. All right, now that supplementation is done, we need to talk about your recovery. For optimal recovery, you should be having a balanced diet. And the most important thing for your recovery is gonna be your sleep. So you need like 8 to 9 hours of sleep minimum per day for optimal recovery. Well, if you sleep less than 7 hours, then you will be facing some issues with your strength gains, and it's just bad for you overall. So I would recommend you to sleep at least 8 to 9 hours every day. And you also need to have a pretty good diet. You should be eating whole foods, avoid processed food from outside, avoid sugary junk food, as they don't help you at all, and they just bloat you, make you inflamed, and just affect your health in a negative manner. So that's pretty much all the things that you need to be focusing on. Now, it may sound like that's a lot of things that you need to focus on just for going to the gym, but all the things that I've told you are just basic things that you should be doing in order to improve the quality of your life. So you should definitely follow the tips I have given you in this video, as they will be very beneficial and helpful for you. The thing that I would like to say to you is that if you're someone who's gonna be like going to the gym, you're gonna be starting, or you're just new in general, then you should just stay consistent and don't get discouraged if you don't see any gains or anything like that. And if you just be consistent over a long period of time, like give gym at least like 6 months or 1 year, it like it's not necessary that you will see gains immediately, but I can assure you that if you go to the gym regularly over a long period of time, you will see the gains that will change your life for the better. Anyways, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and gained some knowledge out of this video. Thank you.